230 Sundance Shores, Laughlin, Nevada, 89029. This is the entrance that is shared by the community with the River Lodge immediately to the south, the Golden Nugget to the north. The river is just across the empty parking lot. There are car shows in that empty lot. And this is the only residential option on Casino Drive, with the exception of the River Lodge itself that does a 28-day rental at a fixed rate. The property next to Sundance Shores is 12 acres, and it's owned by Boyd Gaming, and they have not yet attempted to develop. They have procured a rather unusual arrangement, and I feel compelled to show it to you from two directions, so bear with me. We're walking along the entryway, and you'll notice there is an undeveloped lot immediately upon entry. It's a double. Eventually, maybe someone will pay off the remainder of the HOA members and take it under their possession, but there are no plans to do so at this time. So what I'm showing you here is the common entrance. This adjacent property is 12 acres, and eventually it will be developed into probably something magnificent. Along with it came this sliver of land across the driveway. It extends to the linear rock formation that bifurcates it, and you'll see that it's at the base of this berm that defines the east edge of the complex. This space may be the future site of a leasing office or some other structure, and you want to be very careful about whether or not it obscures the view from these riverfront units. Unit 230 is the second unit over, and it would not want to stare at this piece of property. All right, so you can see the Golden Nugget parking garage immediately across the street, and a heck of a view. Let's take a stroll up the hill. We have some aquatics. This used to be the site of the mailbox, but they moved it to the interior of the complex, I think for security reasons. There's a new HOA. Formerly it was CDM, but recently they switched and went with Buck Reynolds. Their main office is across the river in Bullhead City. They've recently painted some of the units, so you'll notice that we have a gray-ish on some and a beige, and I'm generous in that phraseology, on others. So that paint job is ongoing. We'll have to investigate the solvency of the HOA. You'd figure they would have done it all at once if they could. This is Unit 232, and it is owned by a very nice couple that only use it, I would say sparingly, as an overestimate. They're almost never here. Very clean, very quiet. And this is Unit 230. It's a single carport, but you can fit 2 more cars on the driveway. This property is 50 years old, 1,742 square feet. Someone had a really rough night at some point. Pretty much every square inch could use some TLC. There's an opportunity for plantings here. There's a slight depression in the patio where water has collected from the recent storm. The cable wires run to a point of who knows where. There's a DirecTV dish on the roof on the other side. These security bars represent the realities of the neighborhood. Anytime you have proximity to an all-night casino strip or drive, you're going to have some vagrants. So that's a reality. The concrete looks pretty good in this carport. One meter. Two entrances. The front door is on the right, and its brethren to the left arrives at almost the exact same location. So, unique decision here on the bars. I can only imagine what precipitated that desire to pass something through without fully compromising the security. The newer looking water heater, compared to the age of the structure, indicates that the old one left its mark. So this would need to be possibly eradicated for mold, at least just fixed up. A lot of storage, very functional. The view from the front is to the west. You will get a very nice sunset over that ridge. So tranquil, considering the nearby nightlife. It's generally quite quiet. So we have opportunities for improvement with every step. Carpet has 50 years of joyous memories. So we open up looking at a living room, but not before we pass through what is kind of like a bonus area. I wouldn't say it's dedicated dining. Could be an office nook or a workout room area, but a magnificent pass-through into a very nice living room. Fireplace is adorned with tile that have a fir tree insignia. The fireplace is swanky, I think is the best way to describe it. And almost nobody uses it ever. Anyway, I don't know that anyone has ever used it here. I don't also expect that you're allowed to use it. I think there is some type of moratorium on its usage. We have mirrors everywhere, as was the custom back in the disco days, so I'm not going to be able to avoid showing up in the video. The kitchen, well, yeah. Looks like this guy's already trying to make his escape. So everything's electric. Washer dryer set up here. That's kind of a limited height situation given modern equipment. Might need to blow out a little bit of these cupboards, but the cupboards themselves look like they're pretty good, so that's a tough call. Downstairs we have 2 bedrooms. Structure is 1,743 square feet. It is officially 50 years old. Has tasteful and clever storage under the stairs. That's in good condition. We have a carpet transition, but not an improvement. And the bathroom is full and full of issues. The light is burnt out back here. This all would probably come out. Yeah, that's a full remodel. Bedroom number 1, standard size. King would be tight. Queen would be no problem. Big view. Closet is nothing special. Fully functional. This is the downstairs patio. It is covered by the upstairs patio in part. Has a little bit of crackage and a little bonus feature here. I'm not sure that it was some type of pole support, but we have some extra gates that may have at one time secured these windows, these verandas, but not tall enough to be legitimate security, so maybe a pet barrier. There's a sloping upwards on the north side and gated barrier to the neighbor. This is the downstairs view of the river. The barrier to the unit on the south has been removed, so we'd want to put that back in place. These neighbors keep it really tight. The other neighbors, I can't say the same. You have a view of the strip from the downstairs, the drive. Not bad. Got some wires, but pretty good. The structure itself, that is the upper patio, looks like it's holding up pretty well, but could use a paint job at least. I think that is an emergency ladder. I guess depending on how many cocktails, you could jump that, throw a mattress down, but nonetheless, security blanket. Let's have a look at the second bedroom on the downstairs. Popcorn ceilings everywhere. We have a leftover oak disaster. This carpet is beyond the pale. Standard closet again, and patio access. This sets up pretty nicely as a downstairs rental and an upstairs residence. This room really took a beating. I'm not sure what sadness has happened there, but let us adjourn to the upstairs. These could go in a museum somewhere. Stairs are not to code. We have a giant first step and an extremely diminutive last step. The carpet is still spongy. Whoever laid this is proud to have done it right. Wow, this is the loft. Now, this is a really great room. The screen doesn't open, it's jammed, but you would have a straight west view without screen obstruction if it were opened. The loft itself presents as a very nice media or TV room. Could be an office, could be a workout space. And the master. So this is a double room. Plenty of room for the king. They built the mirror around the frame. Master bath. So all the floors would come out, of course. This counter might be salvageable. Might want to paint the cupboards. Not sure how you want to approach this piece of it, but you've got some options. I think the scraping is a big deal. Asbestos is a concern. I don't have proof, but I heard that there was asbestos next door in 228 that had to be dealt with. This outdoor patio has good and bad. The bad starts here. The good starts here. Big view. You can see the boats and the canoes. At night, this really lights up. Neighbors in 228 have some unusual stylistic choices. I'm sure everything is negotiable. Let us look over the balcony at the strip of land in front to the east, defined by the entrance here with the driveway and this string of rocks. We're not sure the exact property line, but this section owned by Boyd may be developed at some point. And there is a limit to how high you would want that to go. It's a very, very, very long, distant future date when this parking lot might ever be developed. That is not anytime soon. You can see Harrah's in all its glory. This is a fully panoramic mountain, river, and casino view. Day and night, it's got it going on. Terrific rental. Big project. Here's your dish. We'll have to carefully vet that AC. It may or may not be worth a damn. There are some soft spots here. I think this needs some help. I'm sinking in a lot in these steps that I'm taking right now. It's a lot of sponginess. And I think you've got a flagpole that has been commandeered as an ashtray, but nonetheless, this one is unique, and I don't think it'll last very long. It's been a pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed the video.